a question for you. When someone says University of Wisconsin, what comes to mind?
Well, most often the response is probably the Badgers, be it football, basketball, or the mascot himself. But there is incredible research happening on campus we often don't hear about or see.
NBC15's Carleen Wild and photojournalist Brad Trummer show us some of the things behind the scenes having a very direct impact on us as consumers.
From cutting-edge research in medicine, things like heart disease, cancer, stem cells and genetics, to advances in nutrition and education, or business and political sciences. Some of the best and brightest in their fields make their home right here in the Midwest at the University of Wisconsin. But because Midwesterners are often humble about their work, we rarely hear how so much of what is happening here on campus behind closed doors is being tapped to change our world.
We've actually won 15 international competitions in the last 10 years.
In the automotive lab at the School of Engineering, 5 teams right now are working on the next generation of new vehicles. Everything from snowmobiles to race cars and SUVs.
We're trying to make the most environmentally friendly and fun to drive hybrid vehicle that we can.
It's a blend between mechanical engineering and electrical engineering students, and the students that cross over and learn something about the other discipline are actually the ones that are sought after the most by industry.
Industry that is keeping a watchful eye on the students' work.
I hope to be a part of the movement towards green technologies, alternative fuels, hybrid technology, so that we can start reducing our dependence on oil and definitely see a difference in the quality of our environment.
From hybrid cars
and inside the kiln
to new hybrids of barley, Al Buddy is at the cutting edge of research for the malting quality of barley, a cereal research crop you may not think much about, but it's one ultimately many of us consume.
If the growers can grow this and achieve a malting quality, which would be suitable protein, suitable plumpness, they would get a premium for that, and they would sell that to granaries, which would then end up selling it to malt houses, and which would malt the barley, and eventually it would make it to the breweries.
All commercially released barley for malting purposes in this country come through this facility.
Texas, Oklahoma, Virginia.
The Cereal Crops Research Unit is a federal building on federal land, yet it's in the heart of campus. A program that has been here having an impact on consumers since Prohibition ended in the 1930s. Whether it's a car, a fine crafted brew, or another purchase we're considering, Rob Tanner's research affects us as well, although it's maybe not quite as tangible as some of the other work on campus. From his office in the School of Business, he studies how our minds work as consumers, a finding that if we think about it, may just save us some money.
So if I was to ask you, you're thinking about buying a new exercise machine, what we see is that people tend to think they'll use things more than they actually do. They really hold those beliefs. They go out and make purchases based on those beliefs. And then 2 months later, I've found this myself, my wife is hanging laundry on the elliptical machine, which is lying dormant in my bedroom. So even I, who study it, fall prey to my own idiocy.
Tanner says he hopes thinking realistically instead of optimistically may have you buying that $400 treadmill instead of a $2,000 one. Just about everything on campus right now happening behind closed doors and in labs and classrooms will change and in many cases improve our quality of life. Things we can be thankful for. If you want to learn more about these projects or others on campus, head to our web channel, NBC15.com, click on News Links.